I actually ran across this practice this past summer. So I was looking to do a meditation retreat, and this is still when everything was locked down. You know, COVID, like it was kind of on its way out already, but you know, last summer like things were still locked down, so it was really hard to find a place where I can go on retreat. And I had this little window of time when my wife was taking the kids to our Poconos house with her mom, and that was like my time to go. So it was like this really narrow frame, and I started kind of posting and asking people on like forums, like, oh, where can I go on retreat? And somebody mentioned Monastic Academy, and I've heard of this place before. I ran across their site, and it sounded really cool. It's like this modern monastery where they kind of bridge people doing their work, whatever you're working on, like whatever your entrepreneurial or creative thing is, and they bridge it with the like mindfulness practice. So people come there a lot of times with their laptops, they do work, and then they also meditate, and it's like very like this kind of integrated way of being.
Hmm.
And so I wanted to do a meditation retreat, and I looked at that window of time when I wanted to come in, and they were actually holding something that they were calling circling and emotional processing retreat. And I was like, all right, this sounds like, I started reading it. I was like, this is not exactly what I'm looking for, but like I wanted to do a silent retreat, just a silent meditation retreat. But I'm like, all right, this is interesting. And it was like a 5-day thing. So the cool thing about Monastic Academy is you could just come there whenever you kind of want. You just schedule it and you come in and you stay for as long as you want. So I kind of created my own little retreat. I was like, I'll come there a couple of days early. I'll do the 5-day circling and emotional processing retreat. And then I'll, stay a couple more days after. So it'll be 10 days altogether. And yeah, and that's where I discovered this practice. And it was just so it was like what I was missing in my life. Because I feel like I would feel a lot of times with my friends and people that I'm close to, and just in conversations with people, that there would be like a deeper level that we can get to. Like I knew there was a deeper level, but I didn't know how to get there. And it's like I felt like I should lead it, but I didn't know how. And just being here and going to this place and learning this practice and just seeing what it's like, and it just gave me the tools to have very deep, vulnerable, and uncomfortable conversations with some of my friends. And it really started to shift things for me. And actually, right now, I'm doing a facilitator training. It's a 6-month training. I'm doing it online to become certified in doing the circling facilitation. And it's just something that I highly recommend. And actually, something you said before about the conversations being psychedelic, that's actually how I describe circling. Is kind of like, it's very psychedelic. You have to experience it. Like I could tell you about it, but you have to experience it. And um, just to kind of explain a little bit how it's different than a regular conversation is, a lot of times when we talk about something, it's you and me, and then there's the object that we're talking about.
Hmm.
But in circling, it's very much about what it's like. What is the connection like between you and me right now? So it's very much in the present, and it's very much about our relationship. And this kind of orientation, it really brings up authenticity and vulnerability and connection and meaningfulness, and once again, psychedelic and spiritual experience is very common. And also there's a therapeutic aspect to it. Like people find the process to be very therapeutic. So that's like a little bit that I could share of how I got into it, and what it is. And
Mm.